Okay, here we're going to have a look at this nice little light bulb drawing using tangent arcs. Now when I start this drawing, I'm going to get those nice little red center lines in first, so I can begin to locate this guy. Alright, now a lot of this isn't so bad, but this radius 54 is one of our new little challenges. Okay, and I'm going to try and figure out how far away it is. And of course, one of the things is, if I know it's touching 46, it's going to be 46 plus 54 away from here, which is quite conveniently 100. So I'll know one piece of information about where it is. The other piece of information we're going to get is we're going to be able to locate probably this point here. Yep, we'll be able to find this point here, and then of course it's 54 out, and away we go. Alright, so let's have a crack at this. Now with all these ones, even if you didn't see all that going into it, the trick is just to put down what you know. So we're just going to lay out all the bits we know on this, and we'll go from there. So we'll just get these pieces done first, and we'll get our camera focus locked so you can see it. There we go. Alright, so that's where my center of the big circle is going to be. And we know a few other little bits and pieces about this. Okay. We know we can come down 18 mil. Alright. And there's a little line happening there, so we'll just pop that in as construction line across. That's 18 down. So I'm going to start drawing a few of these things in just to help it make sense. So my big circle is radius 46. Okay, so we'll pop that in the center there. And well, we'll draw it as a nice little construction the whole way around, because we're not entirely sure where some of this stuff stops. It does actually continue down this way a little bit. So I have to come back to that one. However, this 18 mil line I'll draw in nice and heavy. There we go. So you can see where we're going. Okay, well what else do we know? As we come down the drawing, we can see a load of measurements on this side. You'll see them on your drawing. But the next one down is going to be 52. So let's start marking off some of these and see what we can begin to locate. So that is 52. This doesn't want to measure today, does it? There we go, 52. Happy days. Okay, we'll just draw a little construction line across for that. There we go. And I've got a 10, a 10, a 22. So I have a few more bits to go down. And 22 down to the bottom of it here. Okay. So there's my little constructions. Now, what can we do? Do I have any other widths kind of coming out to these points? Well, again, I do have a few of them going on here. All right. So remember, what I know I need to find is this point here to get the arc. Okay, but even if I didn't know it, it's just a question of what can I draw. Okay, now all of these widths here are around a center line, so they're going to be symmetrical. It's going to be 5 this way, 5 that way for the 10, 15 and 15 for the 30, and so on. So let's see, can we get this line here sorted out? So it's 38 out, half of that is going to be 19. Okay, so we'll come out 19 each side, we'll get this line drawn, and we'll get the 30 as well. Now, you just want to be careful as to which lines you're going on to. So I'm on the lower one of the 10 is where I'm drawing this. So we've got 19 each side. 19 and 38. And this is where we're going to have that little drawing. Alright, and we'll just pop the rest of that box in heavy. So once you're just careful and check that you're on the right little bit of the construction, and it is worth taking a moment to kind of cross-check that, so that we should be up 10 for the box, and then 52. Okay, so we're all good on this one. Now, before you jump into your protractors and make your life hard for yourself, okay, 135, you might think, why does that number sound familiar? Well, it's because if you take 135 away from 180, which would be the whole way around, you get 45. So that's just a 45-degree angle, which of course means I'm going to do this nice and easily. There we go. Up this way. And up this way. Okay, so now I got those bits done. And since I'm on the easy stuff, I may as well get this little line down to the 22. So it's at 15 each side. You don't have to, you could do it the other way around, but I always think it's satisfying to see the drawing emerge. A little less satisfying if you realise you're in the wrong place, but you've checked that carefully, so you're all good. Now, and we know anything else about the bottom? Well, actually the bottom bit here is going to be a little fiddly, so we'll have to come back to that. Okay, worry about that afterwards. Let's get this bit of an arc done, because actually it sounds hard, but it's not really. So remember, we know that if these two are touching, like that, well, the centres are the radius of this plus the radius of that. Looking at our drawing, 54 plus 46 is 100. So let's go set that one up first. There's 100. Now, actually, I'm going to double check that. I did measure that at a slight angle. Let's just be sure. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so we have 100, so it's out there somewhere. And it's out there. I don't need to draw the whole circle. I know the centre is somewhere along there. And we know it's going to be 54 as well. So let's go back and measure 54. There we go. And it's 54 from this point, because the circle touches here. So the centre is there. Now, before you have a great celebratory dance and jump up and down, do stop and check. Does it actually... Yep, that contacts quite nicely. Okay. Now, how do we know exactly where it contacts them? Well, the trick is, it's the line between the centres. So we'll just sketch this line in for you here. So there's the centre of this circle, centre of that circle. There's my line. So there is my point of contact. I'll do it again, the other side. Centre to centre. And that will show me my point of contact. And that's where I know when this one stops and that one begins. So again, my compass is still nicely set to 54. Better if I put it in the same hole. There we go. And we come over this side and we'll do exactly the same. And I always try and do those ones without having to reset your compass. Now we'll go back to this guy. I can go heavy from that point of contact and all the way around there. So there we go. Got a cool looking little light bulb. So I'm just going to check our exposure. Right, so this little bit in the bottom. Well, we know, annoyingly, it says radius. It doesn't tell us how big it is, but we do know the center is here first. We know that's on it, and we know that's on it. Actually, we don't need to know what the radius is because we can set our compass to it. That's all we actually need. There we go. And around we go. Ta-da. Easier than you think. So once you know the 2 points on it and the center, that's the radius. And finally, we know it comes down 5 mm from the bottom. It's a nice little careful bit of measurement here. 5 mm from the bottom. Little construction line across. And that is 10 wide, so 5 out each side. And there we go. Nice little bit of a drawing. Ta-da! There we are. Lovely, satisfying little drawing.